Welcome to the Boston's Big Four podcast. Cast. New news about music and sports every week, sometimes.
Welcome back, episode 45, episode Pedro Martinez.
The Squadcast.
Of Boston's Big Squadcast. This is a special episode. We got two guests here. Introduce yourselves.
What's up, guys? My name's Jason. I'm happy to be here.
I'm Corn.
Corn. Yeah, we got Corn and
the
Jason.
realist.
And they're sports fans, and they're here to talk sports with us. So, last time you saw us was with the SOP Liddy Boy.
Shout out Liddy Boy.
Shout out Liddy Boy. Shout out Laurent Joseph. Get his book, The Untold Story, on Amazon.
Shout out Titty Boy, a.k.a. 2 Chainz.
And shout out 2 Chainz as well, as always.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So let's get into the Patriots' loss, since we haven't talked about that yet. Thoughts of a 19-0 season are out the window, but who the hell cares about that? But
it's all good.
Most importantly, people had this game marked on their schedule from the beginning of the year that this was going to be the first big challenge, and they failed their first big test of the year.
It was a hell of a game, though. I mean, two great teams, but
But they failed their first big test of the year. Let's call it what it is.
Yep.
They failed their first big test of the year.
I wasn't happy.
So I think they'll be better because of it. I think they kind of needed a wake-up call. The defense in particular, I think just things were going way too easy for them. And, the comparisons to the greatest defenses of all time. I mean, when all's said and done, they could be up there, but those were a little premature, and I think it was just good for them to get a wake-up call. What do you guys think about the loss?
No, I agree. And it's also tough when you put yourself in it was 17-point hole off the start there.
Yeah.
And you can't come that's a hard point differentiate to come back from. So you know what? Good loss in a way. That's the best way to spin it. Learn from it and keep moving.
Yeah, hopefully they can bounce back. Obviously had a hard time stopping the run. That was the main thing with that game.
I think the biggest issue for them is just Lamar Jackson. He's a one-of-a-kind quarterback. He's tough to defend.
He's incredible.
He's a one-off. I mean, like Belichick comes in with a game plan. It's hard to game plan for Lamar Jackson because you can cover the guy, and he's going to run for 15 yards up the gut if you have everybody covered. He's just He's a tough game plan to actually make because he kind of free balls. He's a Michael Vick type.
He's the best running quarterback since Michael Vick. I decided that after watching that game.
You stop the run. They have their tight ends, Andrews, Hurst. All those guys are ready to run those 5-yard routes. They're a running team. They run the clock.
Right.
They avoid possessions. They're the Patriots' worst nightmare.
Now, is that sustainable? Because you talk about Vic and quarterbacks like that. They don't win Super Bowls usually. So is that sustainable? Can they, make a run? Can they beat us in the playoffs if we see them in the playoffs? What do you think?
I say no off the fact that our offense will be able to make up a little more for it in the future. If you look at it our offense hasn't been – we're good, don't get me wrong. I love our offense, but statistically speaking, we're a little bit down than what we used to be. Running, we're down a little bit. Just passing, we're down a little bit. So overall yards per play, we're down. But I think that will catch up. And if you have – it wasn't their best game. If you have our offense coming out hot, playing a little bit better, I think we beat them in that situation next time. 100%.
I agree. I think if they come to Foxborough in January, there's no chance they're beating us. So I think that was a good loss to get out of the way. Obviously got the bye week this week, and who do we have after the bye? We got the Eagles.
Yeah, and I think the biggest play of that game was that Edelman fumble because we were going down.
Absolutely.
We had momentum.
And I remember saying right when it happened, I was like, that could end up being the biggest play of the game.
That was a 14-point swing right there because I think the game was close to being tied when that happened.
We had so much momentum at that point.
And I believe if we had won and got a touchdown, we were ahead at that point.
Our offense was rolling at that point.
We went from being down 17-0, and we were back in the game.
Well, you can always count on us to put something up, and that's the thing. And I didn't count us out at any point.
That's what was happening, but that Edelman fumble really killed the momentum. That was our chance. We had our chance right there because we were rolling. The offense was finally finding a rhythm, and then that kind of killed it. So
I also have a crazy conspiracy.
Never makes a mistake. I love it.
I also think too, right? So Bill doesn't care about going 16-0. Bill's about winning a Super Bowl, right? So
this doesn't count him out.
So let's think about this for a second,
week
right?
by week, coach.
Like, let's just say Bill was like, you know what? Screw this, right? We're going to throw them a completely different play scheme than what we want to throw them in the playoffs and just see how they react to it, right? So say we're going to blitz, 2 out of 4 downs, just to see how they react to it. We play them in playoffs. They're ready for the blitz, and we don't blitz. Like, Bill's about setting people up. Maybe Bill was like, you know what? Let's just cash in this loss here, and let's see what happens. I'm about the chips, right? Like, I don't care about a 16-0 season. I want to win the championship.
So you think Bill lost the game on purpose?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Bill's using this as study material.
Yeah.
Bill doesn't use this as a win.
No, I get what you're saying.
As
motivation.
Chess,
correct.
That's the way it's always been, yeah.
Maybe he's giving Lamar these lanes and making him all cocky, and then next game they're clogging all those lanes. I mean, he's hard to defend, but Bill's thinking way ahead than what we are thinking right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was giving him anything. I would say it was more along the lines of he runs his scheme, and then he figures out where he's going to go from that, and then that's where the other team can't account for.
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it is the Patriots usually start the season off slow. Like, September is usually a struggle for them. They go like 2-2 or whatever. And it's usually their quote-unquote extended preseason where, they kind of figure out what their weaknesses are and, move on from it. But this year, the teams they played were so bad that their weaknesses didn't get exposed for 8 weeks.
Yeah,
that's how long it took.
You said it right in the article or post you had made about how this was the longest extended preseason you've ever seen.
Right, right. Because usually September's the extended preseason, but this year nobody was able to expose our weaknesses. Finally, after 8 weeks, 9 weeks, the Ravens figured it out, and now we can start working on the things we need to work on, and not stop thinking we're just this flawless team.
Absolutely, yeah.
So.
The other thing, too, is, like, who honestly on the Ravens scares you besides Lamar Jackson? Like, none of the running backs scare you.
To be honest, I was having struggle naming players on their team before the game.
I will say this. Like, they built their team around Lamar Jackson in a genius way. Like, Marquise Brown, he runs little slant routes and little out routes. They have 3 tight ends that can catch the ball. Like, they know what they're doing. They built their team around a guy who arguably cannot throw the ball downfield and can do short completions and run the ball for 10 to 15 yards each time. Like, it's a great setup for a team. And let's not forget, guys, like, we had the 30th pick in that draft, and we passed on Lamar Jackson. We drafted Sony Michel. We could have drafted Lamar Jackson. And I think a lot of Patriots fans in that draft were hoping Lamar was going to get picked with that pick instead of getting Stidham. And it was there. And I think on a lot of big draft boards like Mel Kiper and all those guys, they were projecting Lamar to possibly go to the Patriots. So not to think what could be, but what could be, right? Like 5 years from now when Brady's gone, we could have Lamar Jackson in our
probably less than 5 years.
Yeah, less than 5 years.
But it's one of those things, as you're saying, you guys were saying earlier, that type of style, you can't really build a team off of many years off that. That's a short run type of offense, in my opinion.
It has been historically.
Yeah.
I mean, quarterbacks like that have not succeeded in the playoffs. Michael Vick went to an NFC championship once. Kaepernick went to the Super Bowl that year and lost, but
it definitely would fizzle out. I feel like it's not something that's really like conducive to endurance. Like, you can't do that forever, and
it's just getting beat up too much.
Exactly,
there's a reason Tom Brady has lasted for 20 years because he doesn't run. Basically, that's
very
pretty
calculated.
Much why.
I mean, actually. Calculates the directions of his falls from where he could possibly be getting hit.
If he was always trying, I mean, he's not quick enough to get away from guys anyways, but if he was trying to play that style and just throwing his body all over the place, he wouldn't be around for 20 years the way he's been.
He's quick enough to get away from Urlacher. Shout out Urlacher's ankles.
Yeah, that was the best highlight run of Tom Brady's career right there.
Tom Brady also has one of the highest fourth and one rushing percentages in the NFL history.
His quarterback sneaks are money.
He's unreal.
His quarterback sneaks are money.
Absolutely, yeah. Guaranteed touchdowns.
Yes.
Those are the best.
He's good at those. But as far as quickness and that Lamar Jackson type speed, he's behind. But guys like him, who stay in the pocket more, last longer. So.
The immobile quarterback survives in this league, a wise man once told me.
It's true. It's true. What's next? Oh, we got the Eagles coming up. What do we think about that matchup?
Squash those birds.
Yeah.
Not even stressed.
Yeah.
I think that game, I think them losing to Deshaun Jackson is huge. They have no field stretcher, and no, like I said, nobody on that team scares me. Like, who on that offense scares you guys? Like, Miles Sanders is probably their biggest weapon right now because Alshon Jeffrey's a little overwashed.
Sanders
He's not doing much. And Miles Sanders isn't getting the rush share that he should be getting because
he's on my bench in fantasy.
Same with me, man. They're hell bent on Jordan Howard, who's a great running back, but he's a between the tackles guy that gets the hard 3 to 4 yard, which is fine. But they don't have any big game breakers. Like they don't have the Hollywood Browns that the Ravens have or the Deshaun Jacksons. Like nobody scares me on the Eagles. And I just don't think
I agree with that. Yeah.
Their defense isn't that great. I don't think how they can keep up with us. Like they're getting Jalen Mills back, which is fine, but their defense is not great. Like we should beat them by at least 10 points this week.
And we also haven't seen RD react to a loss yet or anything. So imagine watching RD how they've played coming off with a pissed off Pats defense. I'm excited to see what they bring.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back because they haven't dealt with any adversity this year, really. So
yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a lot, but can't put it all on them.
I always expect a lot.
Yeah,
we've been
They deliver most of the time.
Programmed to expect a lot over these past 2 decades.
Yeah.
So.
I hope we whoop them though. They're a premier, like hypothetically premier NFC team. So like to whoop them would be nice. Like to get a little confidence back after losing to Baltimore. Get the ball rolling a little bit, get some confidence back, get that defense back on track. But I really hope that our running back's healthy for that game too, because when you have James White and Rex Burkhead in the backfield split out, 2 running backs that are just mismatches for any defense, it's a game changer.
Yep,
absolutely. Sound off in the comments what you think the score is going to be.
Score predictions?
Score predictions.
I think early spread on that game is -5.5 Pats. I believe that's what it is. Okay. As of right now, I don't know. And that obviously could change with this week, but it's somewhere going to be in that range, which is kind of where I would expect it to
that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm going to go, let's see. I'm going to go 24-14 Patriots.
All right. I'm thinking 28-14.
I'm going to go 38-17 Pats. Big.
All right.
Wow. What do you got?
I'm going to roll 28-10 Pats.
28-10? All right.
You heard it here first, folks.
Easy dub.
Sound off in the comments.
Easy dub either way.
Shout out
Antonio
Caesar's
Brown.
Yikes.
Antonio Brown in the news. What do we think about his recent comments? What did he say? He'll never play in the NFL again. And then a few hours later, he said he does want to play in the NFL again.
Yeah, he's definitely.
So
this is a tantrum. This is classic tantrum behavior. I've seen it before. Yeah, I can't wait to see him in the XFL. Is all I have to say.
Yeah. If there's 2 things you got to follow in this world right now, it's this podcast and Antonio Brown's Twitter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This reminds
he's
me
his bank account, from what I understand.
This reminds me of like an ex-girlfriend, like, right? So you kind of don't want to talk to your ex-girlfriend. You break up with her, and then 2 days later you text her saying, "What's up? What are you doing?"
Right.
Like he's completely dissing
and you feel
the
like
NFL.
a madman because you're like, oh shit, my brain's all over the place.
He's completely shutting down the NFL right now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, but I want to come back. Some team just take me. Like I'm that talented that someone should bring me on, right? Like
he's definitely got an inflated ego,
it's more than that. It's like he's got some
delusion.
Sort of,
yeah. I mean, it's like a Kanye thing. Yeah. I don't know that like can maybe be linked to brain damage.
Shout out through the wire.
Yeah.
I mean, he did get absolutely rocked by Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
He's also rocked 80% of the league at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
I did hear a hot conspiracy theory about Antonio Brown that some of those hits have contributed to his psychoness. Like, in other words, before he got that CTE stuff, he was fine. He got a couple big hits. Now he's just a complete fucking psycho. I mean, you guys saw the video when he got released by the Raiders. Like, he was jumping up and down, going crazy. Like, some guy that's getting paid $18 million a year is pumped that he's not making $18 million a year. Think about that for a second, right?
And then he's about to go somewhere else and fuck it up again.
Yeah. See, when I first saw the video there in my head, I was like, "Let's go." He's coming to the Pats. He wants to win. And then he got here.
But then you realize this guy doesn't know what he wants.
He's still out of his mind.
We've said good things about Antonio Brown on this podcast until.
Oh, when he came to the Pats, I was pumped. Yeah, but
it's just
if he deleted his Twitter and came back to the Pats right now, I'd be happy.
it's not to bring it back to the ex-girlfriend thing, but like it's like an extremely hot chick that's an absolute psycho. Like Antonio Brown is nasty.
Fact, yeah.
It's just that he cannot handle himself in the locker room. So he's saying to these teams, you know what? I'm good enough that you should sign me, and you shouldn't care about the baggage. Same thing with like finding some hot girl in a club, and you're like, hey, you know what? You're an absolute psycho, but we're gonna get by your personality for your looks. That's what the Antonio Brown comparison is.
Right.
It's like,
and then at a certain point, the personality outweighs the looks, and you're like, all right, see ya.
And the PR team just wants to jump off a bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we saw this before. I mean, we all seen Friday Night Lights. Boo Boo Miles, what a disappointment.
Shout out Boo Boo. Shout out Kendrick Lamar.
Quote Boo Boo Miles.
It's Booby. Isn't it Booby?
I thought it was Boo Boo.
It's Booby.
Oh, Booby felt rude. Booby Miles, whatever.
Booby felt rude.
He says, this is God-given. I just have to show up. Get out of here, man.
Don't be Booby Miles.
Yeah, be with the team. Yeah, don't be Booby Miles. Don't be Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Shape up, all right? Shape up.
Well, let's be real. He's going to get signed by somebody. Somebody's going to sign him.
Someone desperate,
He'll do celebrity boxing in 2 years. Watch.
Boxing.
That's my call. My call.
He'll be in the WWE.
He's going to be fighting Logan Paul in the octagon.
Hot take, Gronk will be in the WWE one day. That's my other
Gronk will be in the WWE.
He will be in the WWE.
He's like
not even that hot take. He's been there.
Yeah, Gronk's made for that shit.
He's boys with someone in WWE. It's happening.
I hope it happens I hope that becomes his long-term gig, because that's like where the Bucks are, and it seems like, I don't know, I see wrestling everywhere these days. I thought it died, but it seems to be back. People love wrestling.
It's definitely back. Yeah, I've been hearing about it more the last couple of years, I feel like.
Yeah, and I mean, it was always fun, but it was just kind of one of those things. I'm like, it's just like it's a niche thing. But now it's coming, like, it seems to be mainstream almost everywhere. I'm even seeing more, like, local wrestling things, too, like, more than just the classic WWE. So it's interesting. But, yeah, I hope Gronk gets into it big. That'll be super fun. But I also would love to see Gronk come back to the Pats. As per my clairvoyant prediction, I've already seen the future.
Not this season.
He's not coming out this season. He's not coming back this season.
Dude, see, I don't want to get all weird.
Agree.
Shout out Week 15.
I don't want to get all weird.
Week 15.
I'm looking in a crystal ball right now. I can see him suited up. I mean, I don't know what that could mean. Maybe it's a commercial. Do you think it could be?
I would love it. I would love it. But he literally cried on TV a couple months ago, talking about how depressed he was because he was so injured all the time.
The man's an actor. The man's a goddamn actor.
He's got his stick, but I think he's taking this time. He'll definitely be back, 100%. But
yeah,
how about
we got our boy Ben Watson back there? Love seeing him back on the field.
Shout out Ben Watson.
Shout out Ben Watson.
I'm liking his blocking a little bit. He's a little older. It's fine with me.
I love Ben Watson.
I love Ben Watson.
True professional.
Need wisdom.
Exactly.
Pats are about wisdom.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need. There's so many spring chickens. We got spring chickens all over the place, but we need some wisdom.
Well, Brady has not been really giving the spring chickens all that much of a chance recently.
Yeah, well.
He's got a big spring chicken coming back in N'Keal Harry, though. He's a stud.
That is true, but is Brady interested in working with N'Keal Harry? Is N'Keal Harry going to play?
Absolutely interested.
I think you throw the ball up and let him get it.
Yeah, but is the guy going to play? He was healthy last week and he didn't play.
I think he starts to blow up. I think they released Josh Gordon for a reason. And I think that reason is you don't draft a wide receiver with your first round pick and then say, guess what, you're going to play second fiddle to a guy that's been suspended 5 times for weed.
Yeah.
And I think they're like, you know what, let's go all in. Let's see what you got. This is a show me period, right? Like, you're going to play, 5 more games with Brady, 6 more games with Brady. If you can't produce, then we see the writing on the wall and you might not work out. And if we put you with Brady, you should produce. And if you don't, then we're going to draft somebody else.
Yeah.
You got to see what you got. And I think that's what the Josh Gordon thing is not coincidence with N'Keal Harry. Josh Gordon got released the same week N'Keal Harry came off the IR. And that's not coincidence.
Yeah. So is Harry going to play next week or against the Eagles?
That I'm not sure of. But I think when he comes back, I mean, he's the big target. They don't have any other big target right now besides, I mean, you're talking Edelman and Sanu are your guys. Jacoby Myers is a midget. With all due respect, shout out midgets.
Shout out midgets.
Shout out midgets.
Dude, we shouted out Giants once, not the team. And
now we're shouting out midgets.
Now we're shouting out midgets, dude.
Yeah.
We're covering the squad. We should have done this before.
Everyone's got
Notice, we're out here.
No,
we're
but
out here.
Brady was asked about N'Keal Harry last week, and he basically just seemed not that excited, and he said he said he hasn't played that much. We're 8 weeks into the season. He hasn't played much, and there's a lot that he needs to do if he wants to be ready to go or whatever. And then he didn't play. He was a healthy scratch last week. So something tells me he's not ready yet.
But I feel like you kind of get that response with Brady with most of his receivers right now, besides maybe Edelman.
Right.
He's his only guy, true guy left.
I just feel like they don't feel like Harry is there yet.
See,
he's not ready yet.
I think the opposite. So I think Brady doesn't want to pump anyone's tires up, right? So Brady's not going to come out and say, this guy N'Keal Harry is God's gift to earth, right? He wants to make him seem like he's an underdog and make him work for what he's going to gain, right? So Brady's a master motivator, and he got that clear from Belichick. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to come out and say N'Keal Harry was a first-round pick for a reason. He dominated college CBs.
Yeah.
He just, he's a downfield threat. He's a big body. He wants to make him seem like he's insignificant to the point that he's working his ass off every day in practice to grind to make those catches and to make Brady
because he
feel
needs him to work
him.
hard because he's not there yet. I don't think. I think that's he didn't play last week, so obviously he's not ready yet. I want to see him out there. His size, the things he could do in the red zone, he would be unbelievable. I'm disappointed that that they didn't play him last week. So
yeah, because my thing with that is athletically, I think he will be there.
Yeah,
no doubt. It's just playbook wise,
exactly. Athletically, I think he's already there. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think playbook wise and getting there, he's fine. Granted, Brady, he's been around obviously long enough where he can work with a guy who hasn't been maybe 100% playbook up to date yet.
Yeah, but
still, at this point in the season, you need guys who are up to date with the playbook. That's without a doubt.
No, absolutely. Especially a rookie. I mean, you can't just throw a guy into the fire halfway through the season. He's got to be ready.
It's got to be stressful, yeah.
He's got to be ready.
But they have a lot of weeks to get ready. Their goal is Super Bowl. Their goal is not 15-1. Their goal is not 14-2. So if it takes them 5 weeks to get N'Keal Harry ready, that's gravy for Belichick, right? He wants N'Keal Harry to be that guy that Brady throws a 60-yard bomb to in the Super Bowl, not the guy that gets 10 catches for 100 yards next week against the Eagles. So it's a building process. I don't think Belichick's rushing him along, but I think Brady is a master at working those guys, making them work for what they can get, and not pumping their tire. I mean, he knows he's a rookie. I mean, Aaron Rodgers did the same thing with MVS this year. He said MVS needs to work. He's not a good pass catcher. He's come out and grinded his ass off, and he's been killing it while Devonta Adams has been out. I think it's the same. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, they're the greats. They think along the same lines. They want those guys to work their ass off and prove themselves and not pump their tires straight out of college and end up like the guys like Ted Ginn Jr., who come out of college and they're the shit and they just can't do anything. They have horrible careers. He wants them to work his ass off. He doesn't want to build that rapport with him mentally that, you know what? N'Keal Harry is a 6'4" beast who's just going to get all those jump balls that I'm going to throw to him 50 yards down the field. He wants to make him work for it, make him grind for it, and make him think like he's insignificant until he is significant.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that point. I mean, that's always been the way the Patriots have treated their players. Nobody's, whether even Tom Brady gets yelled at still by Belichick, just like he's one of the other guys. So, of
course,
they all have to, they have that expectation. They all have to grind every single day and earn their spot. I just hope Harry can earn his spot soon because we're definitely going to need some help receiving wise, come playoff time. So shout out N'Keal Harry. Let's get him out there.
Shouts out. But what I really want to talk about is throwback jerseys.
Throwback jerseys. Let's talk about them. What are our favorite throwback jerseys?
List them.
I got the.
Go. What are we doing around the horn here? Let's
around the horn.
Let's start around the horn.
All right. I mean, for me,
Number one jersey.
I love the '90s Pats jerseys, the light blue.
Who's your boy? Your top Pats '90s jersey, powder blue, not powder blue.
I have a Bledsoe jersey.
Bledsoe. All right.
So it would have to be Bledsoe. I mean, that was the Bledsoe era.
When did we wear? Weren't there just straight red ones?
Yeah, that was in the '80s.
Yeah,
we stopped.
Those are the old ones. Yeah.
Gronk rocked the red.
Yeah.
Good ones.
Mm-hmm.
I like those.
As far as
blood of the enemy.
As far as basketball, I love the old Denver Nuggets jerseys with the rainbow.
Very inclusive.
Let's see.
Go around the horn.
Very inclusive.
Hit all four sports here.
All right.
Yeah, baseball's tough. So
baseball's tough, but no, I'll do baseball.
High Sox. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's see. What's a good? I mean, a lot of baseball teams never change their jerseys. Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Baseball's tough, but you can hit basketball, hockey, and football though.
Shout out Manny Ramirez for always wearing his pants down to his ankles. Nobody else does that. So shout out Manny Ramirez.
I do want to say that I like the Red Sox red jerseys that they used to wear, and then they stopped wearing them, and now they wear the blue ones, which I don't like as much. So go back to the Reds.
The Boo Boo Blues. Shout out Boo Boo Blues.
And then what else we got? Hockey.
There's one goat in hockey.
Hartford Whalers.
That was my goat, but you're close. Someone's gonna say my goat soon. I think Owen's got my goat in hockey. There's a clear-cut
Hartford
goat.
Whalers in hockey for sure. That's what I got.
Man, I'm not really sure, but all I'm positive about is that short shorts definitely need to come back in the NBA for mobility purposes. For mobility, how low can you get? They could do all types of spring action. Low, you can get low on a squat in a split second.
Short shorts equal higher dunks.
Yeah, no restrictions. It's
short shorts are making a comeback apparently.
Where is this happening?
Everywhere.
Look at the recruits coming in.
The recruits are wearing short shorts.
The recruits.
Cole Anthony, UNC, rocking the short shorts.
Sound off in the comments if you know any recruits that prefer short shorts.
Shout out to John Stockton.
Shout out Manu Bowl.
The last man in the NBA to wear short shorts.
Oh, really? He was the one.
He was the one who kept it going until he retired. Everyone else had long shorts, and he had the shorts. I remember playing NBA Live 2003, and everyone in the game had long shorts except for him.
Oh, that's hysterical. I mean, that's kind of a cool trademark. I mean, you were that.
He was that token white point guard. That's why.
He was.
Shout out
token
point white guards.
This is the game, goddammit, and I'm not going to change it.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't change how I've
Shout
been
out
doing
DR High School basketball.
What do you got, Jason? What do you got for jerseys?
Yeah, what do you got for jerseys?
You want to get yours first, though, Owen?
My favorite throwback. I mean, I would have to say the Patriots red. That's really all I have. I mean, I'm not a specialist.
Patriots red.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are good ones. I want them to bring back the blue ones though, for a game. They've worn the red ones as throwbacks like multiple times, but never the blue ones.
All right, so let's start with the NFL. So you guys said the Patriots; those are top tier.
Yeah,
you can't have a throwback jersey without mentioning the powder blues, San Diego Chargers, or now the LA Chargers.
Oh my!
Powder blue beauties.
That is pretty.
Don't they still wear the powder blues?
They're the alternate. I don't know if they were actually vintage or not. Like I don't know what their deal is. They could just be alternate jerseys. NFL is kind of tough. They have some weird stuff where it's like throwback logos, throwback jerseys, but are they actually throwback or are they just like their jerseys? They're making throwback jerseys so you buy them.
Exactly. Sure.
So I don't know if the LA Chargers actually use these jerseys or not, but those are fire in the NFL for sure. The GOAT of all throwback jerseys, and I know you guys all agree with me on this, is the Mighty Ducks. The purple, the green. I mean, you got Banks.
Shout out Mighty Ducks.
Shout out Goldberg. You got Goldberg in the Mighty Ducks jerseys. I mean, how is that not the
Shout
GOAT?
Out Flying V.
The GOAT of throwback jerseys.
That's a good one. One for sure.
You can't make a movie about a team wearing the throwback jerseys and them not being your top three. I mean, Disney made millions off of these guys, right?
They even had a cartoon where they were superheroes.
They're iconic. I mean, you can't. You say Goldberg, you're like everyone knows who Goldberg is, right? Keenan was in that movie. Keenan from Keenan and Kel. Prior to Heavyweights, I mean, you
shout out Knuckle Puck.
Yeah, Knuckle Puck.
Great call. Shout out Keenan. Shout out No Kel.
Ducks fly together.
Yeah, I mean that's the throwback jersey of all throwback jerseys.
I didn't even honestly that one didn't even come on my radar, but now that you mention it, that is a legendary jersey.
But
I mean that's Estevez.
That jersey.
Emilio Estevez, so underrated. Fake name.
I feel like that jersey
is that his
a
real
part
name?
of
Is that
like,
not his real name?
That jersey's like a part of everyone. At least people around our age, it's part of our childhood because the movies, because the Mighty Ducks movies.
I mean, I'm a diehard Bruins fan, and I own a couple throwback items, and one of the throwback items that I own is a throwbacks Mighty Ducks hat. It's like you gotta have something Mighty Ducks.
I have a throwback Denver Nuggets hat with the rainbow logo on it.
You represented that though, so I like that.
Yep.
So my NBA jersey is actually the throwback Seattle Sonics jersey.
Okay.
See, I like bringing back the jerseys
Sonics.
for teams that don't exist.
Yeah.
Because
that's why I said Hartford Whalers too.
If you're not a true fan, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But
right.
If you remember the Rain Man, Sean Kemp dunking on fools.
Right. Gary Payton.
Yeah. Like, you want your nutsack in someone's face. That's Sean Kemp. Like, the Rain Man. You throw the ball up, he's going to dunk on you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Shout out Sean Kemp.
The green jerseys with the Space Needle, I mean, you can't beat those.
No,
NBA
those
jerseys.
were nice jerseys.
And I do like the Denver Nuggets. You know, shout out Carmelo Anthony, I guess. I don't know who they actually have now, but like the Nuggets jerseys were great. But the Sean Kemp Sonics jerseys.
The Nuggets rainbow jerseys were from before Carmelo Anthony. Those are from like the...
For sure. He's the only Nuggets guy I think of, though, so
Yeah.
that's why I shouted him out.
No,
but
they didn't really have anyone.
one other small shout out, and I know this is a fire jersey, is the Penny Hardaway Orlando Magic pinstripe.
Yes.
You can even throw him the Shaq jersey. 'Cause I think he might have played in the pinstripes.
Even McGrady, Tracy McGrady
Oh,
wore those jerseys a couple
Big
years.
T-Mac fan. Big T-Mac fan. But those pinstripe jerseys with Penny Hardaway, Shaq.
Those are
when
nice
Shaq tore down
jerseys.
that backboard with the pinstripe
Those
jerseys,
those
are fire.
Those jerseys just scream 90s. Like everything about them, they scream the design, everything.
I mean,
it's just like
I'm personally a big fan of the Mighty Ducks only because the purple and the green reminds me of those solo cups with the purple and the green on them. You know, like the zigzag pattern.
Okay.
That's why I like the
Big
purple and the
solo
green
cup
so
guy.
much. Exactly. Yeah. Big solo cup guy. You go to the convenience store. You have $2 in cash. You get a slush puppy, blue raspberry flavored. Maybe you get a watermelon flavored if you feel adventurous. But those slush puppies getting poured in that green and purple cup. It's
that's
the
that hitter.
modern.
That's that hitter.
It's
right
the
there.
modern day
That's that
Slizzard.
hitter, bro.
Modern day Slizzard by far. What do you got, Corn?
All right, to start, I'm going to throw it back to Team USA, Miracle on Ice.
Wow.
You know, those are they're
Jim
classic.
Craig. Shout out Jim
Those are
Craig.
classics.
They're
Wow.
timeless. They're just an excellent all-around jersey. I'm going to go with the Carter Raptors jersey. You got the purple there.
Okay.
Slam dunk champ.
Dinosaur on
Okay.
front.
All right.
Dunks.
Just
Shout
can't
out
go
Dunkin'
wrong with
Donuts.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Boston Cream
Changed
Donuts.
up a little bit. I'm going to go Larry Bird. I believe it was 88's three-point contest.
Damn.
He's got his little quarter zip there. He didn't even take it off. Thing's money.
And he told him they
Does
was
that
going to
count?
beat him.
Does that count as a jersey? That's
It has
a
his name on the
warm-up.
back.
That's a
I don't
warm-up.
know, but
I
I'm
don't
throwing
know.
it in there.
He's got his name on the back.
That
Yeah,
thing's heat.
I
I'll
think
give
they
it to you.
still wear those same style warm-ups, the Celtics. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I mean, it's
similar,
changed.
similar.
Obviously. It's similar, but it's
that
the same.
specific one.
That
And then I'll add on a little special one is Space Jam Bill Murray.
Oh, the Space Jam jersey.
Shout out Bill Murray.
I have a
Hold on,
Space
hold
Jam
on.
Jordan jersey at home. So, yeah, Space Jam jerseys are fire. Those are fire.
Yeah. So those are my throwback jerseys there.
What about
Very dope.
baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I'll probably go with the Expos.
Oh, dude, yes.
Little
That's a good
Expos
one.
jersey.
That's a good
you
one.
You can't go wrong with an Expos. Those
Oh,
things
that's a
are
great one.
just great
Shout out, by
colors.
the way, the Expo. Oh, there it is, Toon Squad. Yeah, I have a Jordan one.
God.
Oh, it doesn't say Jordan on it, though.
He didn't have Jordan in the movie, man. This is the legit shit.
Oh, really? Mine says Jordan for some
Nah,
reason.
dude, this is that starter shit.
He
This,
didn't
Damn.
have Jordan in the movie.
Damn.
Oh, my
this
God.
is the shit that I wore when I was little. This is that Michael Jordan, not Michael Jordan.
That's that hitter right
They
there.
weren't legit back then. He didn't have licensing rights to that back then.
Oh, they didn't have the...
Ah, dude,
I don't know
mine's
if
not
people can hear you
legit.
on mic, but yeah, they didn't have the rights to Jordan, so they just had 23.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out Toon Squad.
Yeah, shout out
Shout
Toon
out Toon Squad. That's that
Shout out
hitter.
Space Jam.
Shout out Space Jam.
Reverse shout out Space Jam 2 with LeBron, though.
No one needs it. No one wants
needs
it.
that.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cancel it.
Canceled.
Yo, cancel it. I heard LeBron was racist. Cancel it.
LeBron's canceled.
Yeah. He might have, touched a boob once, so...
Yo, don't eat that
cancel him.
Blaze. The pizza's not that good.
No,
Shout-
Blaze Pizza sucks.
Don't
Yo,
shout out Blaze. Shout out Regina's
real
Pizza. Best pizza
shout out
in
Regina
Boston.
Pizza.
Yo, we're actually on scene in the North End to all those
Where are
geographers.
those boxes? Oh, you got rid of the boxes, man.
Yeah,
Shout
real
out,
talk.
don't go see Ron from Regina's.
Yeah, no, we
He
just-
likes little kids.
We just grabbed some Pizzeria Regina. We're basically at Pizzeria Regina right now.
Right above it.
We're basically there.
Oh, yeah.
I just took a Snapchat and the geotag showed up, so I just made it seem like I was at Regina, and people are gonna be like, "That doesn't look like Regina," but that's how close we are. Just to give you an idea,
The original.
the original.
The real. Regina.
weren't they
Mamma
rated
mia.
the best pizza in the country or something?
Probably a 10 on Barstool, and that's the best
I
one.
mean, it's kind of
They've been winning awards since
Yeah.
they've opened. They've
Oh, yeah.
my favorite pizza around. There's some other great spots.
There's
around.
some
I've
other
heard there's
great
competition, though.
honestly,
Fabio's
I love
phenomenal.
Regina, but I was surprised when I heard that they won best pizza in the country.
Chicago's got them beat, hand down.
I went to New
thick
Haven.
pizza, though?
I went to New
I
Haven,
love
Connecticut the other day.
Little Frank Pepe's.
Pepe's and Sally. I went to Sally's.
Ooh,
Sally's
love
is
that.
fire.
I'm a little
Shout out
Pepe's
New
guy over
Haven.
Sally's, but
Gun waving
If
New
anyone's
Haven.
ever
shout out.
near New
Gun waving
Haven,
New
if you're
Haven.
like going to New York or something and you're driving through New Haven, stop and get pizza. That's the one reason to go.
Shout
to
out
New
Lil
Haven.
Boozy.
Shout out Lil Boozy.
Shout out Lil Boozy. INDEPEND. Not from New Haven, but I felt like shouting him out.
Alright.
So what's up?
All right. not from New Haven.
I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Yo.
He does wave guns,
I was like, I'm pretty
though.
sure he's from like Louisiana, but
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah, what's all
Same
good,
shit.
homie? We just out here spitting bars and whatnot. No one gives a shrimp. We doing it.
gang.
Gang, hits a hitter.
Huh?
We shouting out whoever,
what
whenever, how
were
we
we on?
want.
Jerseys. Well, we talked about.
Well,
it.
we were shouting out Regina. We were talking about how amazing it is. I would give it, honestly, as a slice, a 9.2.
Dude, your scores are ridiculous, though.
I'm
can't
such
even
a
trust
high
your
You
scorer.
scores.
also had Pep.
I'm such a high scorer.
Pep adds a little bit. You gotta do a cheese slice.
I did both. I had,
Oh, you
I
did
had a cheese
All right,
and a
all right,
pep.
all right. Touche.
Yeah, I'm a both guy. I try everything. I'm like Gordon Ramsay. I order one of
If
everything.
Owen
off
has
your menu.
anything that's like remotely decent, he gives it like a 9.5, and it's just like okay.
No, here's the thing.
Up the Owen scale to like 50.
That
Yeah.
wasn't even
I
fresh, too.
only
You gotta
get-
give it a legit like
I only get
fresh pie
quality
slice.
things in the
Literally-
first place.
the Barstool Pizza reviews, the highest score he's given is a 9.3, I think, ever, and he's done like over 500 reviews. Like you have to leave room. That's the thing.
I
You
gotta
have to leave
give.
room
I gotta
for-
give A's when A's are deserved. Honey Pot Hill Orchards, dude. They make amazing
Yeah, but
donuts.
how many apple cider donuts have you had?
You trying to tell me that I haven't
I'm
gone
gonna
to
come in
Tugas
on Owen's
Farms?
side here.
You trying
I've
to tell
been
me
a
I
Honey
haven't
Pot
been to
guy.
CN Smith?
You're a honey pot guy.
I've been a honey pot guy for years.
Okay.
I've tried many of cider donuts.
Okay.
Honey
Yo,
pot.
check
those
this
are
out.
fire.
Still
Yo.
range champ.
Yo, check this out. He even went as far as saying it was one of the best donuts he's ever had, and then
I
goes
did.
ahead and gives it a B minus.
I gave it an
8.2. What a terrible score.
Maybe that's not his flow though. Maybe he likes the filled donuts, like the jelly donuts.
I'm not.
the
If
Boston
you wanna
I'm
go
not
the
a huge
cynical route-
donut fan to begin with,
I'll
so
let
that's
you go the
probably
cynical
why.
route. That's fine. I don't care.
I mean, 'tis the season too. You give me an apple cider donut in June, I'm giving it a 6.2.
Right.
You give me an apple
Take
cider
this
donut
away
in
from
October, I'm giving it an 8.2.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
just it's his season.
season.
First of all, I'm not a donut guy. I think the only time it's acceptable to eat donuts is at an apple orchard or something like
Alright.
that.
Really?
Like
No,
if you're getting-
that's boo boo. That's boo boo. If you give me a donut at 8 a.m. on a Saturday, I'm fucking
Nah.
crunching. Dude.
Nah, dude.
You give me a Boston cream from Dunkin'. Dunkin' Donuts has
Okay.
shitty donuts, but their Boston cream is fucking fire.
Shout out Boston Cream.
Shout out Boston Cream. Shout out Dunkin'. Shout out fucking Taco Fall for Dunkin'. And dude, let me tell you something.
Taco Fall actually crashed our after party at.
Oh no shit.
He did.
Yeah,
Did he hit his head on the ceiling?
The,
Get a
the
concussion?
same night that he scored his first NBA points. We saw him later that night. We were supposed to go to a hotel party, but we weren't allowed up
Shout
the
out
elevator
Taco Bell.
because-
Hotel security was preventing us from going to our artist's room where they were having an after
Was
party.
that Liddy?
Really?
Yeah.
Was
no,
that Liddy?
it was Casso.
And it was Casso. Casso's the homie.
Come to
Marky
find
Picasso.
out, Taco Fall being there was the reason that we weren't allowed up because he was complaining about noise or something. I don't know.
Yo, Taco
He just
Fall.
wanted
It's
In
fine.
his defense,
Capacity.
his head is a lot closer to the floor above than the normal human, so
That's
it's probably
true.
a little louder.
We
That's
were
true.
we were actually both on the or they were both on the 16th, the top floor.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
He
hey.
needed the skylight.
And I think he
being
was
rude.
mad because he wanted the room that they had. They had the best room in the hotel with the deck and everything. I
Taco
think.
Fall, gotta get
Yeah.
that playing
Don't
time.
go.
Yeah.
Don't go
Best
to the
room.
Red Claws and you get the best room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shout out Red Claw. Shout out Maine.
Yeah, shout out Portland, Maine. Anyone in the Maine area, go see Taco Fall this year. It's the
Shout out-
hottest ticket in town in Portland right
I'm
now.
gonna shout out St. Joe's here for talking about Maine alumni right here.
All
Love
right,
it.
there
Shout
you
out
go.
Corn.
There
Shout
you
out
go.
Corn.
Shout out education.
Big
Shout
St.
out
Joe's fan. Big
education.
St. Joe's.
Real talk though, if anyone's out here talking about good donuts, because we were given a donut suggestion in Maine, so we got to maybe hit.
No,
up-
it was New Hampshire.
I'm
It was New
sorry,
Hampshire.
Yeah, it was New Hampshire.
What was the donut suggestion?
I
forget what
actually
it was.
forget what
We
it
gotta-
is.
It's condoms.
Sound off in the comments if you watch the Boston's Big Tailgate. Our second group
Condoms
that we
donuts
interviewed
is
tells
fire.
us.
Yeah.
I gotta try that too. Oh
Actually-
wait, I went there. That's in Oob, right?
Yeah,
Or-
it's right near
yeah,
Rube.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so the big thing in Maine, actually, while we're on the donut tip is it's called what the fuck? It's called Holy Donut, and they make donuts out of potatoes.
It's legit.
Interesting.
And they don't. I swear to God, like they don't make flour donuts like cake donuts. It's potato donuts. They're known for the potato. And I know that sounds weird.
And are they sweet? They're good.
They're
They're
dense
not
and they're
sweet.
delicious.
They're
delicious.
cake. They're
A
cake.
dense donut, a cake donut is amazing. Like those, you can get glazed sticks like at Dunkin' Donuts.
Crullers?
Yeah, like a cruller. Something that's like a thicker donut than a glazed donut because those are puffier.
Tammy Lynn from Quincy getting the cruller. Shout out Tammy Lynn from Quincy.
I don't know who that is.
That's the girl from Ted. Ted the movie.
Tammy Lynn from Quincy. You better never show your face around Quincy.
The girl that was banging Ted, the teddy bear.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, shout out Tammy Lynn from Quincy.
Yeah, she says.
Shout out Quincy. Shout out South Shore.
Shout out Quincy.
First Dunkin' Donuts from Quincy.
Yes, first Dunkin' Donuts. I drive by that thing all the time. And when I have someone in the car, I always point it out to them. I'm like, it's the first Dunkin' Donuts.
Shout out John Quincy, a decently good president.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Smartest president we ever had. Might be a hot take, but
Quincy is the city president.
Yeah. Most educated to this day.
To this day.
All right, I got a flop off topic here.
Right.
What about the Celtics? What do you guys think about the Celtics?
Celtics look amazing this year, and amazing compared to last year in terms of just like quality basketball, moving the ball. And I will say through 6 games, I think maybe 7 games they've played so far. They already are more fun to watch than last year.
Yeah, they're playing team basketball.
They're already more. I've already had more fun watching them this year than I had the entire season.
They're a team. Last year, you were worried the whole season or what they were going to do if they were together. They're not together. If they're going to pass or if Kyrie's just going to take over. This year, it's team basketball.
It's hard to think of any great wins they had last year. I mean, they beat the Warriors once, which was a fluke, but they had even the games they won last year. It was like they were beating crappy teams by like 3 points, and it's like, okay, this isn't that fun. Yeah. You never felt good about the team last year. You never felt good about their chances because they never were consistent. They never went on a winning streak of more than 5 games, I don't think. They've already won 6 in a row right now. So it's like, yeah, they're already more fun to watch this year than last year, and the ball movement is a big part of it. Not having Kyrie is a big part of it. I think
Hayward healthy is a big part.
Hayward healthy is a huge part of it, but I think Kyrie was hindering Hayward's production last year as well as Tatum, and everyone's numbers went down last year with Kyrie on the team. Everyone's numbers will go up this year with him not on the team. I think it's all coming to light right now. First of all, Kyrie winning the championship with LeBron and hitting that game-winning shot everyone to overrate him so much.
He's still
so much because they thought he was a winner at that point.
Yeah, but he's still I wouldn't call him overrated though. He's still a phenomenal player. He's just weird. He's a weird guy.
I totally agree.
If he's the best player on your team, you suck. You're garbage.
Yeah, but that doesn't knock him being over. I wouldn't call him overrated. I'd still say he's a phenomenal player. He's
overrated.
Building a team.
He's not overrated in terms of his skills, but he's overrated in terms of his ability to make your team better.
Oh, I would agree with that because he's going to be your star and that's it.
He doesn't make any team better. The Cavs before they got LeBron were garbage with him. They were a lottery team. Last season with the Celtics was the best season he's ever had as the best player on a team, and they were disappointing. So, and now the Nets were a playoff team last year, and he has them, 2-5 to start the season this year. So it's all kind of coming to light now. Kyrie, great talent, great with the ball in his hands, but doesn't make other players better, and the Celtics will be better without him. And I think that's showing so far this year. What do you guys think?
No, I agree with that.
Sounds right.
No,
it sounds right.
Kind of hit the nail on the head there.
It's 100% right. But let me say this, though. When Durant comes back, though, they will be a force.
Right. Because Kyrie
he's not the guy.
Because when Kyrie's the second best player on the team, that's
just like he was with LeBron.
Right, exactly.
When he's the dude shooting the game-winning 3 at the buzzer to win you the championship.
But if he's the most talented player on the team, he gets this idea that he needs to be the leader and he's superior to everyone, and it just crushes the whole system.
The worst thing that happened to Kyrie was that stupid movie, Uncle Drew. And the reason for that is he thought he was freaking hot sauce, right? Like he's doing behind the back, like 3 dribbles and a fadeaway 3. He doesn't need to do that. And I think that got into his head. I mean, you can't deny that you have a movie made about you. It's going to get in your head a little bit.
Right.
But I do think that when Kevin Durant comes back, the Brooklyn Nets
he's
could
not
be one of the best
year,
teams in the conference by far.
They could be. Right, because when Kyrie's, playing the Robin role instead of Batman, they're,
Exactly.
But
when he's the head guy and he's hogging the ball and stupid shots, fadeaways.
Last year was brutal to watch, man. As a Celtics fan, last year was brutal to watch. Like even when they won, like I said, the games weren't fun. And listening to him in the press conferences, it's just like you could tell he was just sucking the life out of that team.
Yeah. And for him to say I'm not going anywhere, and then to continuously bring down the team. It was
and then
it was a weird.
This
move
year
from
he
his
gets to
part.
Brooklyn and he said, "Oh, this is where I always wanted to be," or whatever. Because I grew up a
No,
Nets
it's not.
fan.
Yeah.
Like nobody grew up a Nets
No.
fan. Get out of here.
People are
First
all
shot on
He grew up a fame and paycheck fan. That's
Right.
That's what he's.
people are sleeping on Gordon Hayward. Like people forget that Gordon Hayward was an all-star before he snapped his leg into 3 pieces.
That
Like,
was
he's
so
a
sad.
nasty player. Like he snapped
And
his
he
leg
looks
in half.
phenomenal this year so far.
He looks
He's
phenomenal.
He looks
putting
strong.
up 30 to 40 points. I mean, he's great. I mean, you have Jason Tatum, you have Kemba Walker, and you have Gordon Hayward on one team.
Right.
Like, how can this team not
And
be
there's
successful?
no ego.
Don't forget
Like,
Marcus
there's
Smart.
no ego.
Don't
That's
forget
There's
Marcus
no ego.
Smart.
Last year, everyone was worried about making sure Kyrie was happy, and he's getting his shots. And now it's just like, let's play basketball.
As long as they win, no
Let's
one
play
cares who puts up
basketball.
30.
We're all young. We're all talented. Let's move the ball and get the best shot and fucking win games because that's fun. It's fun to win.
And that's
games.
what Brad Stevens is about too, right?
Yes.
He doesn't want that guy that's an egomaniac who's
Right.
going to want to
Yeah,
drop
and
40 every night.
Dude,
With Brad Stevens,
Kyrie, Brad Stevens has been a phenomenal NBA coach aside from last year because he just couldn't control the ego.
I don't think anybody
couldn't do
can
it.
control
I was going to
Kyrie,
say,
though.
No.
Brad Stevens is a basketball genius.
He is.
So when you have a team that's together and they're gelling, not worried about the other bullshit they have to deal with off the court,
Right.
absolute recipe for genius.
Shout out
They're gonna be a
Magellan.
Great
Right.
season. I'm excited for what
Which
they're
is
gonna
why
do.
he was such a great college coach because you don't have to deal with that stuff in college, really. But in the NBA,
Exactly.
guys get a big head and they think, last year was the first time Stevens really had to deal with egos, and he wasn't able to do it. But like you said, I don't think anyone can really handle Kyrie's personality. Like, he's all over the place.
So do you guys think the Lakers are for real? Like, they got Anthony Davis,
Yeah,
they got
yeah.
LeBron. Are they the team?
Any team
or
that
is
has-
Kawhi and PG the team right now?
Any team that has AD and LeBron is definitely a contender. I would take the Clippers over the Lakers slightly right now.
I think the Clippers bench
I
is
think Kawhi
severely
Leonard
underrated.
I think Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the NBA now. I think he's taken that title from LeBron
I think
and from Giannis or whoever you thought had it before. I think Kawhi is the best player in the league right now. I think he proved that last year.
Giannis is great, but we watched that game against the Clippers.
Yeah.
Their bench was was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they have guys that like Pat Connaughton. Shout out Pat Connaughton.
Shout out Pat Connaughton, Massachusetts.
Yeah, shout
St.
out
John's
Mass.
Prep.
Yeah, before I say this now,
Ooh,
you should
Denver?
not.
St. John's Prep, Catholic Conference.
All right,
Yep.
Danvers. There we go.
Danvers. Yep.
I mean, before I rip him, like, should he be in the NBA? I mean, like,
Pat Connaughton?
he's just not that guy. I mean, you're talking about the Bucks bench right now. Who you got?
I mean,
you got Pat Connaughton.
Connaughton was a problem for us last year in the playoffs, but that's not saying much. We were a mess at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, who do they have realistically? You got Pat Connaughton.
No, I know.
I mean, you got DJ Wilson.
Middleton.
Well, Middleton's in their starting lineup though. I'm talking about their bench.
Oh, their bench.
Their bench is trash. So
No, their bench
you got
is pretty
Giannis
trash.
yoking on fools, and then you got Pat Connaughton, DJ Wilson.
Yeah,
George Hill's a savior for them because he's putting up threes. That game against the Clippers, like, you have Lou Williams as their second line, and he's putting up 25,
Williams is a
30
monster,
points. I mean,
yeah.
he's a monster, but their
Well, yeah,
bench
no,
is
I
so
agree.
bad.
I agree. The Bucks have no standout players on their bench at all. So I do like Connaughton, but that's
But
just 'cause
Giannis
he's
is
a mass
nasty.
guy. Giannis
Shout
is
out
nasty.
Giannis.
I mean, that's a testament to how nasty he is. He's able to, carry them. How far did they go last year? Well, the second round.
Eastern Conference
but-
Finals.
Oh, no, Conference Finals. That's right. Yeah.
And they should be there this year, too. I would assume. I don't know who's going to get in their way.
Celts.
I mean, they
We
might
already
meet them
beat
there.
them. We already beat them once.
They might meet them there, but I don't see them not getting to the finals. You're talking like Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, maybe. So you got 3 teams that are like there.
Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers.
Yeah, so you got
Are
two out of those
yeah.
3, and I think the Bucks are one of those 2 teams. Because I think Giannis is just too good. I mean, not to hype Giannis. He did airball a free throw last game, but he did go 4 or 5 from 3. And if Giannis can hit threes, shut the league down.
Right.
I mean, it's game
right.
over.
No, if Giannis is hitting threes, we're all screwed.
Yeah, we're all in trouble.
Pack it in. Pack it in.
We are all screwed. But that's the NBA now. Everyone's shooting threes, or at least trying to.
Yeah, shout out Brook Lopez.
Shooting league.
Splash Mountain. Shout out Splash
All
Mountain.
offense, barely defense. That's why I love the Celtics defense team.
Defense.
Yeah,
It's all
shout
about
out
defense.
Marcus Smart.
Shout out Marcus
Shout out
Smart.
Brad
That's the
Stevens.
homie.
Marcus
right there.
Smart. Shout out
Marcus
Best.
Smart
I can't
is the
speak
homie.
high. Oh my, Marcus Smart.
Best braid in the
He's the
game.
guy. Build
Yeah.
a team around
His
Marcus
hairdresser
Smart, you win.
deserves a raise. You see
Nice.
that he had his number in his hair.
Yeah, I saw that. He
Yeah.
had the 36 on top.
In his
wow.
hair. Braided
That's
in his
pretty
hair.
good.
Shout out his hairdresser.
Shout out, yeah.
I don't know who she is, but shout it out.
Shout out hairdresser. We gotta find.
Shout
that
out
spot.
Marcus Smart, though. I met him once. He's a good guy. I met him at Margaritas in Waltham.
He's a grinder. He can put up 2
time.
points a game, but if he gets 5 steals and he grinds on Giannis for 40 minutes, he's happy. And that's the guy you want on your team.
Yeah, and
you want Patrick Beverly. You want
his
Marcus
offensive
Smart.
game has improved a lot.
Oh, absolutely
too.
improved. But still, his defensive game and just his mindset on how he gets on that court, where he's not going to take
He's the
anything
leader of
from
the
anyone.
team at this point.
Absolutely.
He's the leader of the
he's
team.
in that locker room. They're all equal. He's on that court.
Did
They're
you
following
see?
Marcus Smart
You
into
see?
that.
What was it last weekend? I think it was last Sunday. They had an off day, and he organized like the entire team, the entire roster, all went to the movies together. And like last year, he was saying like none of them hung out, like they didn't all hang out together like that. And that's shit that I remember KG used to do. He'd have the whole team go out to dinner together.
Yeah, there's
and like that's
legendary.
And
stories
that's what
of KG
and that's what Smart did last weekend. He was like, last year chemistry was an issue for us, and so he got the whole team together. They all went to I forget what movie they saw. They all went to movies together, and there was a picture of them like before the movie, all standing there. They all looked stoned, to be honest.
Probably. That's a good call.
But I'm down with that. It's better than going out to clubs and coming hungover to practice the next day. Like if they're all out doing things together, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like that's an improvement from last year because Kyrie didn't seem like. I know a lot of the guys on the team liked him. Like they have good things to say about him, but he didn't seem like he was really that guy that's really going to be your friend and have your back off the floor. You know what I mean? And even on the floor, he wouldn't. Yeah. So it's just a different vibe, different culture this year. So go Celts.
Good stuff.
So how about this one? A quick hitter for you guys. Let me go around.
Quick hitter.
Quick hitter.
That's the
What's the number one go-to tailgate food? If you're watching the Patriots this Sunday, if you get one food in your lap right now? Is it wings? Is it pizza?
Wings.
Is it pretzels? What do you guys got?
If I'm watching sports, wings.
Let's go quickly around the horn. What do you guys got around the horn?
I got wings,
and
I'm going to tell you why. Hold on, let me explain.
Right.
Let me explain.
Are you a blue cheese or a ranch guy?
Either one.
All right.
I don't.
That's kind of a weird answer, but go ahead.
Honestly, I'll go with whatever. No, but wings, because when you're watching a game, they're just there, and you can grab them whenever you want, and you don't have to really like commit to like eating it over a plate or anything. You know what I mean? Because you can pay attention to the game and just grab them as you're watching, and not have to worry about anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's that's why I go with wings.
I'll segue that into my answer because in that same vein, I'm on a combination move this one. I'm a burger and dog guy. I like to do one burger, one dog.
See, I was gonna say burgers,
and but still chicken wings are a close second because like I do love just grabbing them, but they got to be fresh. Sometimes if they sit too long,
that's true.
I don't like old wings.
You put them out at the beginning of the game. By the fourth quarter, you got cold wings, and nobody wants to grab at them.
Yeah. So if I have some fresh dogs and burgers though, fresh off the grill, which we're probably doing at a tailgate. That's what I'm talking about. Little mustard, little ketchup. If we have some canned pickles, forget about it. I'm in the zone. That's what I'm talking about. And like you were saying, it's just a quick thing. Like a hot dog, I could probably eat that in like 5 seconds. Right. I don't know what the record is.
Shout out Joey Chestnut.
Like,
that's the thing. If I'm watching a game, I don't want like a meal where I have silverware and I'm like, just sitting there and I have to like, focus on eating my meal.
Yeah, I don't need a fork. Get out of here.
I don't even have to look at. I can just grab it.
Yo, how about this quick hitter? How about buffalo chicken pizza?
Well, that's fire.
You got buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken dip as well?
So it depends who's making it. That's my issue, right? Like you got people who make buffalo chicken dip with too much cream cheese, not enough chicken, not enough buffalo.
Yeah.
It depends on who the crafter is. Like if I have a legit person,
some of these
buffalo
buffalo chicken recipes are bullshit.
Yeah,
they tell you to put too much.
If they dip when I dip, hand on my hip, you dip, I dip, then I'm in.
Okay.
If they're not dipping, then I'm out.
Yeah.
You got to have the right ratio.
I feel you.
But I'm a buffalo chicken pizza guy because you got pizza, you got buffalo. You can dunk it in blue cheese if you want, but you got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you pretty much got everything.
Buffalo chicken.
You pretty much got everything you need right there.
One
all
shot.
In one, yeah.
One shot.
All in one bite.
You got dipping sausage, you have pizza, you have buffalo chicken.
Yeah, just throw in bacon and you're golden.
Yeah, I mean, what do you got, Corn?
All right, mine's a little out there. This is a sneaky family classic.
Oh, really?
You go chip and dip during the game. You're just doing regular chip and dip.
We're talking entrees, though.
You're going to mix some Velveeta right about now?
Velveeta during a game, though.
Shout out Velveeta.
You get around towards the end of the game there, fourth quarter rolls around, you bring out the bag of Twizzlers. that's the way to do it. It's a weird move. The family's been doing it for years.
Super weird move.
That's the
super weird.
That's the
move.
early game.
Might as well bring out candy.
Because then you
corn.
go to dinner out afterwards. It makes sense. Oh,
shout out candy corn.
No, don't shout out. Reverse shout out candy corn. Those things are trash. But that's our move there. If I was gonna go wings, that's my general. Like if it's like a later game.
You ranch
move,
or blue cheese?
The early games, it's a little dip, little Twizzlers. That's the move.
Little dip, little Twizzlers.
Not together.
Ranch
chip
or
and
blue
dip.
cheese. Ranch or blue cheese.
Ranch or blue cheese.
Oh, blue cheese, 100%.
I'm blue
See,
cheese.
I honestly just don't have a preference. I feel like
I
like both, but I like.
I
blue
love
cheese.
both.
The fact
of
that you
them.
don't have a preference is real because I feel like you should have a preference.
No, I love both of them.
Like any dip.
They're both like the same texture. They look the same. They taste different, obviously, but they're both delicious. Like I'll take either one.
I prefer blue cheese for the tang, but ranch isn't gonna disappoint me. But I
No.
feel like it depends on the meal. Like certain things I would prefer blue cheese with, and other things ranch. So I mean, I don't know. But I just hold on. Circle back. Let's take this. Hold on. I'm gonna reverse this
Bring the carousel home. Bring the carousel
I'm
home.
reversing the carousel actually.
Okay.
Burp,
Bruh.
burp, burp.
Chips and Twizzlers? This is what you're eating before a game?
No, after the game.
That's
Was
like
it after?
early- that's-
Did I miss this?
That's like a
celebration treat.
That's like a 1:00 Sunday game. You just do a little
okay.
chip it. Yeah. Oh, the late game, I'd go wings 100%.
Oh,
Don't get me
I
wrong.
didn't know we were talking
You-
afternoon games.
No, yeah,
Okay.
I'm just saying, you guys,
Yo, do
you
you-
all probably had my answers.
On the
So I
subject,
went with my early game. You go chip and dip.
Yeah.
End of fourth quarter.
You
Couple
guys-
Twizzlers, and you go into your day. Rest of
I'm
the
not
day
mad
goes
at
on.
that. I just thought you were saying that's just like you have chips and also Twizzlers, and that's your
No,
assortment. And I
that's
was like,
anarchy,
what?
and that's not allowed in the house.
Yeah,
No,
it's like cancel that.
makes
You're
no
not
sense.
invited to the
Yeah.
party. Yeah, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
No. It's early game, little chip and dip early on, little Twizzlers to end the game.
I
Boom,
respect
you go
that.
about your day.
I respect
Yeah,
that.
it's a family classic.
Sound off in the comments
It's a
what you
family
guys
tradition.
tailgate with.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've ever tailgated? Sound off in the comments if you've cooked a pig in a China box at a tailgate. Hit us
shout
up.
out China.
Yeah, shout out China
Actually,
box.
I got a hot take for you guys.
I wouldn't shout out China right now. That's like shouting out LeBron
If you
James.
guys
right.
could pick one quarterback in the NFL right now to lead your team,
Thomas,
who would it be?
Edward, Patrick, Brady, Jr.
I second that.
Man, that's the
So you guys, with all due respect, all right. So we're talking this year. We're talking for like going forward.
all
what are you
time.
talking?
All time.
Wait,
I
did
want
you
With all,
mean-
with
did
all
you
due
mean this
respect
year?
to Thomas Brady,
Wait, did you mean this year?
I'm taking Patrick Mahomes.
Did you mean
I
this
would
year?
say the
This
same
year.
thing. For
This
real.
year, I'm taking Brady, just because the experience and just because of the clutch factor. If he gets into a clutch situation, he's gonna. I just trust him more than anyone else.
If Brady goes
But I
down in 3 days, he just comes back.
I mean, there's a lot
like
of controversy
Jesus.
going around. Like, who's the guy? Is it Russell Wilson? Is it Deshaun Jackson? Is it Lamar?
Deshaun Jackson's got some abdomen things
Deshaun
going
Watson,
on.
Lamar Jackson,
Lamar Jackson.
Patrick
Oh, I
Mahomes.
see.
Like, who's the guy right now? Like, if you could start a team right now, you could start a franchise with a quarterback.
Oh, Mahomes. If you're starting a
Yeah, if you're
franchise
starting
right
a franchise,
now,
yeah.
Mahomes. But for this year, I'm still taking Brady.
If I gave you the same team with Brady as Patrick Mahomes, you would still take Brady?
Yeah.
If I gave you the same onslaught of receivers
Yes.
for one game?
Yeah.
Brady,
neutral
I'll
Fields,
take
team.
20 years of experience in picking defenses apart and all that shit. I'll take that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is like that ultimate battle. It's like, hey, this is a great battle. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that experience is going to pull through and prevail.
All right, I got one more for you.
There's
guys.
more
It has
question
pro-
marks
it
with
has pulled
Mahomes
through.
in
It
terms
has.
of how he can perform in the playoffs.
Who's harder to defend right now? If you're a defensive coordinator, is it Lamar Jackson, Lamar?
Jackson.
Jackson.
You had it. You had it.
right.
This
Keep
time.
getting them
You
all
had
messed
it.
up,
Deshaun,
man.
yeah.
Lamar Jackson,
Kendrick Lamar.
Deshaun Watson. Shout out Kendrick Lamar. Shout out Boo Boo. Shout out ADHD. Shout out P&P.
Yes.
Old school
Shout out
track.
Humble.
Ayo.
Shout out Damn.
Is it Lamar Jackson? Is it Deshaun Watson? Or is it Patrick Mahomes? Or is it
Mahomes.
Tom Brady?
Mahomes.
Who is that guy that if you're a defensive
oh,
coordinator,
right now?
you have
Yeah,
nightmares
Mahomes.
about planning
Mahomes.
against?
Mahomes. Definitely Mahomes.
Wait,
Like, if you're Bill Belichick, would you rather guard
did
against?
you say Jackson?
I would say it's situational.
I keep getting them messed up, man. Like Lamar Jackson, Deshaun
Because
Watson.
I say later season, you're talking playoffs, you're talking Super
talking
Bowl,
mo-
that stuff.
you're
That's
talking
Brady
Super Bowl
100%.
right now.
You're talking mid-season,
January.
Lamar
Right
Jackson.
now,
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Right now?
Right now.
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. If you're Bill Belichick and you're playing one quarterback in the Super Bowl, who's the hardest quarterback to defend right now?
Your
So
own
it has to be an
quarterback,
NFC
Tom Brady.
quarterback then.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, let's just say, fuck it. Let's just say one game. You're Bill Belichick. Who's the hardest quarterback right now to defend against?
Mahomes. Mahomes. I'm going Mahomes.
Okay.
I think Mahomes is like the favorite here, but here's the thing: could be anyone.
Mahomes.
See,
Don't sleep on Andy Dalton. Just
Andy,
kidding, you can absolutely sleep.
I've been
Shout
sleeping
out-
on him for a good decade
I have
now.
too.
So-
Shout out-
people who haven't have been people
Shout
with
out
red hair.
Gingers. Shout out all Gingers in the world. Shout out Andy Dalton.
Shout out
Respect
Andy
your
Dalton.
game, but you're also getting started for a rookie this week, so you clearly suck. Shout out Ryan Finley. Shout out North Carolina State. Shout out the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. Shout out Greg Stoll, my other Ginger friend. We got a call in right now. What do we
Quick
got?
time transport. Yeah, bling, bling. We just got a celebrity guest. If anyone has been watching the video, you may have realized that our special guest, Corin, became our special guest, Jess. So, Jess
Shout out, Corin.
Yeah, Jess has some special stuff for us right now.
Shout out Quincy Mass.
Shout out,
Gang,
Quincy.
gang.
Shout out
That's a
third
hitter.
best president
That
of the
hitter,
world.
South Shore.
We actually did shout out Quincy on this podcast.
Quincy's
So-
already been shut
Shout
Double
out
shout
Little
out.
John.
Double shout out. City presidents. City presidents.
Shout out Usher, huh?
All right,
What do you got, Jess?
All right. Well, my question is, it's pretty simple. Would you rather have Brady or Belichick? That's it.
Going
Have them-
forward. Going
have them
forward.
Just
what?
in general, I guess. Like,
If I'm Giselle, give me Brady. If I'm
See-
Linda Belichick, give me Brady.
I want an echocardiogram on Belichick. I want to know what his heart's like, because if I gotta rely on one of them, I need to know. Like, I don't want Brady
Yeah,
on wobbly
Belichick
knees.
might kick the bucket next week. Give me Brady.
Yeah, I want someone that's gonna last.
If we're talking fashion statement, give me Belichick.
I guess,
Dude
like,
just cuts the runway.
who do you think is more essential to the Patriots' success? Is it Brady or Belichick?
I think it's very close. I'd have to lean a little bit towards Brady.
I think we have to say just
I think
let's
it's like
recognize
60-40.
It's a lucky combination in the first place. They're both.
What do you
gonna go-
got?
I'm gonna
Owen?
go
If
60-40
you had to give an
Brady.
answer right now, you got Brady or Belichick. Let's go around the horn because I think this is a good answer. This is a
Brady
good question.
60-40.
What do you got, Owen?
I'm saying Belichick 70-30.
I'm gonna go Brady 80-20.
Ooh.
And, and the reason for that is, what if I gave you Ryan Finley
I'm the
right now
hybrid.
with Bill Belichick? What would they go? 6-10?
I don't know.
What
I
did
think
they go with Matt Castle?
So give me name a head coach right now. Any head coach. Give me the worst head coach in the NFL.
Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens.
Freddie Kitchens. What does Freddie Kitchens go with Tom Brady?
With anyone.
At least 8-8.
Yeah.
At least. What does Bill Belichick go with Ryan Finley right now?
What is
4-10.
What does
4
Bill
and 12.
Belichick go with the roster that the Cleveland Browns have right now? 14 and 2.
You're going
Like-
you're going extremes though.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking Bill Belichick with the worst quarterback or Tom Brady with the worst head coach. Which one would you prefer? I would take Tom Brady with the worst head coach.
Oh, really? See, I think Belichick's. I think he instills his.
So if I gave you one team right now to
I
bet
would
your
take-
life on, you would take Ryan Finley with Bill Belichick over Tom Brady with Freddie Kitchens.
this is a hot take.
I think it's Tom
I
Brady
think Freddie,
by a landmine.
No, I think Freddie Kitchens is capable of fucking up Tom Brady. I think Belichick. I don't know. They've both had a lot to do with each other's success. That's a tough call.
I can
Sound
see
off
both
in
sides of
comments.
it, honestly.
That's why I think it's close.
I can see. So my answer is Belichick because I don't think like anybody can. I mean, I really don't.
So if
know
I
shit
give you
about football,
Jared
but
Stidham with Bill Belichick, you take that over Tom Brady with Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah.
That's asinine. That's insane.
No.
You take a quarterback that's never played in the NFL with a head coach that's a genius with no talent over a guy that's an NFL, probably the best quarterback of all time with a shitty head coach.
I mean, yeah. Honestly,
Why?
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I mean.
So you're gonna give me the
Like
leader
you're
of
saying,
the team
you're saying right now.
right now. You'd take Jared Stidham with Bill Belichick over Tom Brady with Freddie Kitchens.
Going
do or die right now. One
Okay,
season
right now, no. Going
Right
forward,
now, no.
yes.
Of course
Going
not.
forward, yes.
Going forward, yes, but Tom, you can't do the Tom Brady going forward question
Right, 'cause
because
you
he's
don't
on
know.
he's on his end.
Yeah.
But right now, if you give me any answer besides Tom Brady, it's absolutely asinine.
Yeah, the question's more
You give
like,
me Bill
is it,
Belichick
like, the past, like,
with Brian
15
Hoyer
years?
over Tom Brady with the worst. You pick an NFL head coach, it's not even close.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can give me an NHL head coach.
I do think there are enough.
You give me
I do
Brad
think there are
Stevens
some
and Tom Brady.
coaches-
I'll take Tom Brady.
I do think there's some coaches out there that are bad enough to actually not get anything out of Tom Brady. Like that's that's how bad some of the coaching is in the NFL. That you give them anyone and
But
they're
here's
not
the
going to.
thing, though.
I mean, Freddie Kitchens has plenty of talent to work with this
You were
year.
thinking Brady as well?
No, I was thinking Belichick.
Me too.
I'm going Belichick.
Team
yeah.
Belichick. Okay.
Yeah.
Sound
Oh,
off in the
yeah.
comments. Team Belichick. Hit us
I
up.
said
But
Brady
like-
60-40.
Like
so
I can
I'm,
see
like,
both
on the
sides of
edge.
it though, because like a lot of people like Belichick comes up with the plays, Brady does have to execute them, and I can totally see that. But I'm still Belichick.
I'm saying this right now. If you give me as the head coach with Tom Brady, we're going to do better than a Bill Belichick-led Brian Hoyer team.
Cancel that. Cancel this.
He can run his own
Canceled.
plays. He doesn't need my
Cancel
plays. He can run his
Jason
own
Trombetta.
stuff. He can run his own reads at the
this
line.
point-
know if it's run, know if it's pass. He can call his own plays.
At this point, Tom Brady doesn't.
It's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did his own plays.
At this point,
the
Tom
Packers
Brady
for
doesn't
so
need
many
a coach.
years.
At this point, Tom Brady doesn't need a coach. After
That's what I'm
20
saying.
yeah.
That's exactly what
After
I'm saying.
20 years in the league, he
yeah.
absolutely does not need a coach. He probably
Which-
doesn't even.
I heard
I like that
Cornelius
these two are
Coach
arguing, but
played
they
high school
agree with
quarterback.
each other. But you
Do
guys
want
are like
Bill Belichick
screaming at
and
each other like you
Cornelius?
don't.
Or do you
brings me
want Tom
back to-
Brady and Owen?
I think we can
That's
all
what I'm saying.
acknowledge.
Brady and Owen. I
we
would
can
go
all
for that.
acknowledge it's an incredible combination.
Shout out
Brady
Cornelius
and
Cope.
Belichick. Like they
Shout out the
both
mayor.
bring amazing talent to the table, so they're almost an unstoppable force.
There's
but-
no actual answer for like which one is more, is important to their success. Like
I'm
there's-
sure Brady has a
we'll
lot
never
to teach a
know.
team.
Well, yeah, it's not like we're ever gonna know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
So
It's very
it's
philosophical.
yeah,
But
it
I
really
think
is.
Also the amount of second-string quarterbacks that have ended up starters on other teams that have come out of the Patriots in the past 10 or so years.
Garoppolo,
That's very
Brissett.
Yeah,
true.
so
They're doing
Could you
well.
imagine if
Right.
they were in the wings? Like Brady retires next year, we have Garoppolo up next.
We got Stidham. We're good.
I also think there's a lot of like players in the league who want to be coached by Belichick. I think they're like, sign me up.
yeah.
I'm
And then there's a lot of players who really don't want to be coached by him as well. It depends on. It's not for everybody.
yeah. I guess.
He's definitely
It's
got.
a
I
tough-
mean, like cutting Jonas Gray for being late to a meeting, and
Right.
we got just things like.
Like,
But where's
Jonas
Jonas
Gray?
Gray right now?
He's in the XFL right now.
That's the thing.
Yo, shout
I
out
guess
the XFL.
yeah, like the Malcolm Butler
Shout out Jonas
situation, I
Gray. Shout out
guess.
SI Sports
The
Illustrated
Malcolm
cover
Butler
that 1 week.
situation is the one screw up of Bill Belichick's
Right,
career.
yeah.
That's like the one thing that you can hold against him.
That's
really.
true. Yeah.
'Cause we
And then
still
what
haven't
would
had
be
an
Brady's
explanation for
screw up
that.
like both the Super Bowls against the Giants? I guess.
Brady's had some bad games, but
Just kidding. That was the O line.
yeah.
All right, so what is the realistic expectation for the Patriots this year? We talking Super Bowl? We talking AFC
Super Bowl,
Championship?
obviously. Super Bowl.
So
Super Bowl.
so if I give you
Disappointment
guys,
is not.
yeah,
so I'm
if
just-
they don't win the Super Bowl, big disappointment.
I'm just
Big
asking
disappointment.
questions right now, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not theorizing, but all right. So you got Chiefs. You got a tough road, right? You got arguably Chiefs Patriots AFC Championship game, and you could have Saints Patriots Super Bowl. Are you guys 100% confident that they're going to run the table?
That they're going to win
Yes.
the Super Bowl?
Yes.
99.5 because
no.
there's always something.
No, absolutely
The
not.
NFC is looking
I
really
would
good.
say I'm absolutely not 100% confident after. I don't think.
I would say yeah. The last
after
game made me
last
nervous.
Game, after last game, we'll see how they bounce back from that, and that'll determine how far I think they're going to go. But there's no way you can say 100% they're going to win the Super Bowl after
All right.
they just failed their first big test of the year.
Yeah,
I have a
not
hot take right
bulletproof.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you trade right now one season Lamar Jackson for Tom Brady for the season?
No.
Right now.
No. Running
not?
quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls.
Yeah, he's
How
gonna
old is
get
he?
tired.
He's like 23.
Running quarterbacks do not win Super Bowls. Michael Vick didn't win a Super Bowl. Colin Kaepernick got to the Super Bowl. He lost. So running quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls. They just don't. Brady can win Super Bowls. He's done it 6 times. So yeah, I'm taking Brady.
Yeah, no, I'm not trading at this point. You mean like at this point in his career, right?
Just for the season. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm just
Not at
raising
all.
hot takes here. I'm not saying I agree with what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm raising hot takes.
No, I respect it. We need this. We need
No,
this
that
right now.
running
Sound off in the
quarterbacks aren't
comments your hot takes.
sustainable.
What does a hot take mean to you?
Let us know.
So yeah, Brady all day.
All right, so I got one more hot take.
All right.
Boy.
Does
man.
Christian McCaffrey deserve to be the MVP of the NFL this year? Everyone boo-boos on the running backs, right?
He's on my fantasy
Christian
team and I made
McCaffrey is absolutely lighting it up, right? Like, if you guys take, like, Heisman guys, they always are quarterbacks or running back. Like, is Christian McCaffrey the guy this year? Like, if you put him on the Patriots, I mean, think about it, right? Like, he's on a team with no Cam Newton, and he's lighting up the league right now.
Patriots-
Is he the best? All right, let's take MVP out. Is he the best player in the NFL right now? Christian McCaffrey.
Best player? No.
I would say no also.
I think
Is he the best non-quarterback in the NFL right now?
on offense.
On offense.
No.
Who's better?
Yeah, no, yeah, he might be. He's definitely in the discussion.
Jamie Collins is my favorite. I
Shout
him
out
out
Jamie
every week.
Collins.
We said on offense.
Shout out
Oh,
Ghost.
I thought we said
Shout
both.
out
Is
Ghost
that it?
Gang.
Yeah.
Shout out Lil Boozy.
I thought it was not
INDEPEND.
restricted offense. I
No, it's
misunderstood. I misunderstood. I'm so sorry.
No, I'd say McCaffrey's definitely up there. He's
I
in
mean,
that
he's a
discussion.
beast, and he's getting underrated because he's a running back.
Right.
But if you look at the stat wise, like Adrian Peterson won the MVP that year that he went off.
Yeah, yeah.
Can Christian McCaffrey honestly win the MVP this year?
Yeah, he can.
With no Mahomes, there's a perfect spot for him to win the MVP this year.
I'd say
He's competing
definitely-
against Russell Wilson.
He's
and
definitely in the
Deshaun
race.
Jackson. And Russell Wilson could lose this week to 49ers, which would just dampen his whole chances.
Yeah.
What do you guys got?
McCaffrey definitely has a shot, a good shot. I'd
How are
say.
the Panthers doing this year? This is where my fake fandom comes in. I really don't pay attention outside of the Patriots and who's on my fantasy team.
What's the record?
I can probably
know?
look that
I
up.
want to say right around 500.
Yeah, they're not. They're okay.
But his stats are unfucking.
He is unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel like
so
that's
McCaffrey
always
definitely
how it
has a
goes in
shot to
NFL
win
though.
the MVP. I'd say he's easily top 5 in the race right now. So
7-1. Oh, 5-3.
5-3. All right.
That's not too bad. Yeah.
All right, well, one more hot take I have for you guys.
Oh boy.
Would you
man.
guys trade Tom Brady right now? 1 season, 1 game.
What is this trading Tom Brady
I don't know.
nonsense?
What are you doing?
They're hot takes. They're hot takes, and their hot takes is that Tom Brady's involved.
Trade Tom Brady if Gronk came back?
You're gonna say Patrick Mahomes.
All right, let's go around this. What percentage do you guys give that Gronk is coming back this year?
This
100.
year?
69%.
I'm putting 100 because I've seen it. I like it. Nice.
It's gotta
Nice.
be
69 and 420.
25%.
25%.
Yeah.
See, I think it's 25% times 4.
Jason's about to spill some
I
tea.
think it's gonna go down. I mean, I've seen it in my crystal ball. I have a crystal ball at home. Sound off in the comments if you have a
Shout out Miss
crystal
Cleo.
ball. Yeah, shout out Miss Cleo. Shout out the great Kazoo. It's
Shout out Call Me
Shout
Now
out
for your
Madam
bumper
Zeroni.
clot readings.
Yes, Madam Zeroni. Oh my God. Shout out Ho.
Shout out Zoltan from the
Zoltar.
Ameritrade commercials. I
Gang,
see
gang.
you.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, real talk
That's
though.
that hitter.
That's a hitter. We're looking up into the future right now, peeking down at the future.
Shout out Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy sometimes. But we've seen it. Gronk's dressed.
What was your question,
I don't know if it's
though?
for a commercial.
What was the hot take?
What's the percent? Oh, the other one. Other
Yeah,
than
what is
Gronk
the
coming
percent
back.
that Gronk comes back this year?
Oh,
Well, I
it
was
the
saying
hot take.
100%
25.
because I've seen
I
it.
said
That's why we're
25.
talking about clairvoyance here.
I'd probably
Yeah.
go 25 as well.
Okay.
I know that you have like the insider scoop on if that's happening or not, but
Yeah, he's like boys with
I don't know if
so-
you want to like reveal
coming
it
back.
on the pod.
Oh shoot, they text back and forth. I've been seeing him text, and I look over his shoulder, and then he closes his phone really quick. He has a flip phone. I don't know why.
It goes clap.
I got a Verizon Razor.
Yeah.
Shout out Razor. Shout out best phone of all
Razors.
time.
Should we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, but I just want to know percentages though. Real talk. Realistic
What's the-
percentage.
for what?
For
if
Gronk
Gronk.
coming back.
I agree. I agree with 25.
Oh, did I hear 25?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
that's
Okay.
good. So, yeah.
Percentages.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
out.
that's-
I'm
that's
out.
realistic,
I'm out.
yeah,
We'll
'cause-
take this carousel
Let's wrap,
home.
you know
Yeah.
what? Wrap this thing up. I'm done.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Corn, do you
Alright.
want to come in here for the end?
All right.
All right. I'm taking over for Mr. Coke.
Yeah. So no, this is good. This is good.
Shout out.
Boston's Big Four. On scene.
Episode 45. Episode
Big
Pedro
four.
Martinez. Shout out
New
Pedro
location.
Martinez. Yeah, new location. We're in the North End. We're at
Shout out
Pizzeria Regina
Nelson,
right now.
the midget that he rocked in the 04 World Series. Remember Nelson?
Yes,
The
I
little
remember
midget?
Nelson.
Shout out Nelson.
Yeah, shout out Nelson.
Shout out the Zimmer, the dude that he yanked down by.
Shout
the
out
ball
Don
dome.
Zimmer. Rest in
Don
peace, Don
Zimmer.
Zimmer. Actually,
He's
Yeah.
dead?
He's
Fuck.
dead.
He
yeah.
deserved it, honestly.
Shout out Don Zimmer.
He
He
charged
deserved to die?
Pedro. No. He deserved to get thrown to the ground.
Yikes.
There was just a bull of a man coming at you. What would you do?
Yeah, Ole that guy, of
Yeah.
course. That's exactly
Who
what he
cares?
did.
Yeah,
It's
he
perfect.
did.
He didn't even punch him. He could have.
No.
Just grab him by the ears and throw him to the ground.
Yeah, it was
Shout out
amazing.
Big Ears. Shout out
Awesome.
Dumbo.
Yeah,
Watch that replay 20 times.
it's good stuff.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanks for bearing with us.
Yeah, we'll be back. You know us.
Will we?
But yeah, thank you for tuning in.
BB4.